Evil Dead Burn should watch it. Should you not watch it? In my opinion, it was a fun time. I don't think it really breaks the genre or does anything crazy, but for what it was, I kind of really enjoyed it. If you want to know what the movie is about, it's a horror movie. There's an evil, bad monster that wants to kill everybody. This the main crew. It's a horror movie. Like you kind of know what you're getting into. But yeah, it was. I think yeah, I think it's a fun time. I wouldn't say it's like the best movie in the world, and it doesn't really invent the wheel. But for what it was trying to do, I think I left the movie satisfied enough to be like, yeah, you know what, it's not a bad watch. Okay, now that I got that out of the way, let's talk about my thoughts and opinions about the movie, because I have a lot to say about this movie. I mean, I have a lot to say about everything, but specifically, I wrote a whole thing down here, and I'm going to go through all of it. All of it, that's correct, all of it. The first thing that I noticed about this movie, by the way, is the close-up shots of the entirety of the film, where it will be like close-up shots, like the camera's all in their faces, and like small parts of the body, and then all of a sudden it'll like zoom out, and then it feels like a different movie or a different style. But it felt a little distracting because I'm like, okay, whoa, right? You get me, you get me. Also, there's a lot of posing and aura farming and lots of stairs in the movie where I just feel like sometimes it just took me out. At the beginning of the movie, for example, there's like these two victims, right? They come in, one of the guys is dead, the other guy's in the water, drowning. Oh no, the monster comes out from the water. Looks scary. Oh shoot, is he gonna die? He comes up to this monster. He's like this. I'm drowning, I'm drowning. Whoa. Oh, I'm drowning. I'm like, wait, did you like? What is this? One of the the deadbeat dad or whatever, he gets possessed by the monster, like, and then so he's like outside, right, just posing menacingly with the dog, and he kind of shoots himself, which I don't get, by the way, because people already petrified this man anyways. I don't know why he's shooting himself, but that's a nitpick. That doesn't really matter. What does matter is that he's outside looking scared. He's sitting here like this. It's kind of cool, cool shot. And then the actors are like, for like 5 minutes. I'm like, bro, if you don't get inside, I mean, okay, I know it doesn't, I know it's like, it feels like a nitpick, but it's not, because it happens constantly throughout the movie where they'll just pause and just stare. I'm like, okay, are we not going to move? Like, are we not going to say anything? I mean, obviously there are parts, it's a horror movie, right? There's obviously parts that like, okay, like people have to make dumb mistakes for the plot to happen, but that one was like really drawing to me. What you'll notice about this movie, though, is you can really tell what scenes the author really wanted to put a lot of effort in, and that's a blessing and a curse, because I'm letting you know right now, there's some great scenes in this movie. The scene where they're on the table early in the movie, where you can see everybody has their own opinions about the death of this character that clearly meant a lot to some people, and the different stance on it, and them having this tension rising up, different shots, rising up, all these dynamics coming in, and the tension rising up was just, it was so good. It was so good. I wish I had more of those scenes personally. And then also the scenes where they're in the car, and the girlfriend of the main characters, of Will's brother, when they're in the car, and the whole scene, bro, that was the best horror like aspect of the show for me, in my opinion. When the door closed and I see the fingers, I'm like, ooh. One of the biggest thing that the screenwriter was telling me, was that, okay, the character has to get tested. The character has to be tested, and honestly, that kind of stuck with me. And that's the first thing that I noticed throughout the entirety of the movie. When are the characters going to get tested, like legitimately tested, not put in a difficult situation, but actually tested? And that specific scene where Will is in the car and his girlfriend's about to get murked by his dad, right? And you're like, okay, what is Will gonna do? What is Will brother gonna do? What's he gonna do? And he doesn't do it. I'm like, that's so good. And I felt like I was waiting for that character arc to finish, and it kind of does, right? He kind of does go full circle near the end of the movie, or like halfway through the movie, and that was really, really cool. And I was waiting for the girl, the main lead, for that to happen to her, like the French girlfriend of Will. And I was waiting for it. And near the end of the movie, when she confronts him at the end, when like Will comes back, it's like way too late, by the way. I'll get to that later. Shows up, and then you have to have this moment. She kind of does the finishing blow, and then she like holds him, right? And that scene was so good. It was so good. Like the transition, it was great. I think the movie ended like fine, but that scene really put together. I think that was a really important scene, and I really, really enjoyed that one. What to me, okay, felt like a character sabotage, and I really mean this, like a character sabotage, was the mother of Will. Okay, because at the movie, she's characterized as the strong-willed woman who comes in and does everything for her family. Right? Her father is like, in her eyes, a crazy lunatic that abandoned everyone. Her mother has no memory, has dementia. Like she is barely like functioning over there. They make jokes about it throughout the movie. Which honestly, I don't think the jokes in the movie was that good, but whatever, it's not a comedy, right? But one of the biggest thing about her, they even had a scene about it, is that she doesn't believe what her father does. And her father is all into like the satanic thing. He's trying to save humanity and he's all about the supernatural stuff. She doesn't believe him. So even throughout the movie, and when these monsters are running around inside the entire building, there is no precedent in which she comes up and says, wow, I believe this. Right? This is like, I was wrong. I was wrong. She doesn't really change. Her character doesn't really change at all throughout the movie. So when the scene comes in where her mother suddenly becomes evil and she just kind of like succumbs to it and be like, oh, I'm so tired. Yada yada, as a way of like her giving up, and then like her husband, who she saw just kill people around, right, and start throwing lunacy around the house. All of a sudden, she just forgives him, and then she forgives, and then she like completely like gets brainwashed allegedly by the mother. I was really confused. I'm like, bro, what's wrong with you? What? I feel like when it comes to the characterization of the roles, I think it was pretty Santa Cutter. There wasn't anybody that I was like, whoa, this is like so deep, so intricate. Like, but it would have been nicer to delve a little bit deeper onto the underlying topics of the movie, because the movie does delve into abuse, it delves into parenthood, and it delves into, relationship between your family. Family is a big, big topic for this movie. And with the way they was trying to push that message, it didn't feel like they did it enough to really justify the theme that they were trying to push, if that makes any sense. Brother, the whole theme with brother is that he isn't brave enough to do the right thing when he needs to do the right. But I felt like if like you come in, you watch the movie, the only thing the guy does is can't protect his girl, and then at the end of the movie he just dies. Right? There were scenes where he finally goes full around and actually stabs the girl. I just felt like there wasn't enough scenes with the crew to characterize them as well. So I just felt like they were kind of like, okay, let's get these characters out the way, and then we can get on to the juicy action horror stuff. Which the juicy action horror stuff was pretty nice. I really liked it. Like I said, the car scene, the scene where Will comes in, I'm like, okay, it's big boss mode. When they go to the crematory, they have the whole scene over there. That was kind of fire. Also, last complaint, in my opinion, I just felt like Will coming in so late into the movie, because he shows up really early. He's the what starts the whole thing. And I was like, okay, so we got everyone. Where's Will? Where's Will? Because he clearly influenced the father to act a certain way. And like by the time he shows up, the movie's over. Like, go home. The scene's done. Why are you still here? He shows up so late. But whenever he shows up, he was actually genuinely scary. The scene where she goes behind that little like cart thing, and then she tries to call police, and then she just hears like that French song that was played throughout the movie. That was a really great payoff to me. Overall, it was a good time. It was a good time. I know I like to complain a lot, but honestly, I really, really enjoyed this movie. I think I would rate it out of 1 to 10. I really like it. Like a 6.57, which is good. 6.57 is good. Like, it's one of those movies where like I think I enjoyed. I don't think I'll watch it again, but if someone recommends this movie with me to watch it with them, I will definitely say yes. Right? I like, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Yeah. You get me? You get me. Anyways, yeah, I was gonna say goodbye, but I'm trying to think of a funny catchphrase to say goodbye. I can't think of anything. Anyways, deuces.